Speaking English is just not about giving a speech or a presentation, but it's about having a conversation. So when you're in a meeting, when you're sitting among a group of people, at that time you will also share your opinion, you'll ask questions, you have to answer the questions, you might compliment someone. So all these expressions, they require... Hello everyone, how are you all? Hope you all are doing great. Welcome back to another session of learning English with me. Today we are going to discuss the last secret of becoming fluent in English. So you remember our fluency series? This video is going to be the secret number 7 in this fluency series. So are you ready to know the secret? If you really want to become fluent in English and you're struggling to become fluent and you're making a lot of mistakes, then this is the solution for you. That is, learn phrases. Start learning common English phrases and not just the vocabulary words. Okay, so start learning phrases. This is our secret number 7 and this is going to help you a lot. What exactly do I mean by phrases and how you can do that? We're going to discuss it in details. Are you ready for this? I'm Shivangi Gupta, your CELTA certified English language tutor, and you're watching Speak English with Shivangi. Before beginning, please subscribe the channel so that you don't miss out on any video that I post. You get one video lesson on this channel every day. Daily video lessons in English. Okay, now let's talk about the fluency secret. That is one method of learning English and a method of how to become fluent in English fast. So this method of learning phrases and not just the vocabulary is something that is going to help you with the problem of incorrect grammar or making mistakes while speaking English. That is one thing that this particular method, this particular secret also addresses. Now I know a lot of you face this problem that you are making mistakes while speaking in English, which is holding you back from speaking English. It makes you hesitant in speaking English, isn't it? Now when you are learning phrases, not just words but the phrase, you are learning chunks of words. Now what is a phrase? A phrase is basically a group of words that often go together. So they are like kind of fixed words in a fixed position that are always spoken by the native English speakers or the proficient. Proficient means those who are really good at speaking English. Proficient English speakers. Now what happens is they are habitual of using these phrases, and learning these phrases, that's a great way of learning fluent English and accurate English. It's like a shortcut without studying too many complex grammar concepts. So if you're somebody who's focusing on spoken English, conversational English, this is a great way to become fluent in English fast. Okay, so when I talk about a phrase can be anything. If you're at a beginner's level, a phrase would be a common phrase that is used. For example, how are you doing? Nice to meet you. Thanks for asking. These are phrases. They are common phrases. I even have lessons on my channel that you can check out. Now, these phrases are important for you to speak in English. Why? Because when you have these phrases, it's easy for you to speak in English. It's easy for you to reply in English. And it's easy for you to think about something that you're gonna speak because you already have information. So instead of constructing a complete sentence in your mind, you know small phrases, you know which phrase to use in a situation, and hence you're able to speak it at the particular time when it is required. That's why I say start learning phrases. So learning phrases, that's important. Now one way of phrases this that I told you, for example, thanks for sharing the information, how are you, what would you like to eat? These are particular phrases. They can be in the form of statements, replies, or questions. Because Speaking English is just not about giving a speech or a presentation, but it's about having a conversation. So when you're in a meeting, when you're sitting among a group of people, at that time you will also share your opinion, you'll ask questions, you have to answer the questions, you might compliment someone. So all these expressions, they require some phrases. There is a particular way of saying everything, and when you learn the phrases, you are learning the shortcuts of these conversations, how to have conversation on a particular topic, or how to have basic conversational skills. That's the key. So these phrases are very important. Now, second type of phrases are your idioms and expressions, which are fixed phrases. That means you cannot change a word in them. They are as it is. Now, this is something on the advanced level. So if you're someone who's on the beginning level, for example, A2 or B1 level, that means where you're learning English, you're able to understand English, you're able to understand English completely, but you struggle while speaking English. I know a lot of you face this problem, right? That you understand English, that's perfect for you, but when it comes to speaking English, you find a lot of problem. It's like you're not able to speak, mind freezes, you're not able to find the words what to speak. If you're at this particular stage that you can understand but can't speak, learning the phrases, the common conversational phrases that I talked about, phrase type number 1, that's perfect for you. Why? Because in this particular kind of phrase, what we can do is we can change our particular word according to the situation. For example, let me give you an example. How this can increase your fluency. Now you have learned one particular phrase. For example, I would like to have a cup of coffee. Let's take this. I would like to have a cup of coffee. Now we have learned this. You know that you have to use this particular phrase when you want to request something. You might be feeling hungry, and you might want to request this maybe at a restaurant, maybe at your home from your mother, maybe if you're visiting a friend there, the friend is asking what would you like to have, and then you can reply, I would like to have a cup of coffee. Now if you have mastered this particular phrase, you can speak it in a lot of situations. For example, let's replace this particular word, a cup of coffee, let's replace this small phrase inside the big phrase. Okay, I would like to have a cup of tea. Now we have replaced the word coffee with tea. I would like to have a cup of maybe green tea. I would like to have a glass of water. I would like to have a glass of milk. I would like to have a plate of noodles. I would like to have an omelette. I would like to have some biscuits. Now this particular phrase, I would like to have, you have mastered this particular phrase, I would like to have. But with the usage of this one single phrase, you're able to speak about so many things. Can you see that? Now here comes one very good question that people always say, that if you're learning phrases and not vocabulary, is vocabulary not useful? Definitely it is useful. I always tell you a lot of methods to learn vocabulary, don't I? What I want to say is that don't just keep on learning vocabulary. Learn vocabulary, that's very important, but also learn these phrases which are going to make you fluent in English. Because if you won't learn the vocabulary, how are you going to use this particular phrase in the different context like we did just now? So I have used ample of words that go with particular phrase, I would like to. Why was I able to do this? Because that's the vocabulary. I had the vocabulary with me to use that particular phrase in so many situations. So that is important. That's why learning vocabulary is also important, so that you can use those phrases to the full potential. You might hear a lot of people say that no, single words learning vocabulary is not important, but according to me, as a CELTA certified English language tutor, I can tell you learning phrases and vocabulary both are important. It's not like you're just learning phrases and that's it. No. pay attention to both the phrases and the vocabulary. That's very important. Now we're coming to the advanced part of vocabulary that you also call the expressions or the idioms, right? So that is also very important to learn the expressions or the idioms, because you don't even know they are used a lot in the conversations. They're used by native English speakers. They're used in the popular culture media. For example, your movies, your TV shows, even on social media. And that's why when people say they do not even realize the advanced and fluent English speakers, they start using it whether or not they are a native English speaker. So even if you're talking to a non-native English speaker and they're fluent in English, they might use lots of idioms and expressions, like even I do. I do that too. So the thing is that master those idioms and expressions. You don't have to master everything, not all the idioms. There are thousands of idioms out there. What you need to do is you need to master the commonly used idioms in the conversation. The top 100 maybe. Master those. And how to do that? That's very easy. You get lessons from time to time on the commonly used idioms, common idioms. So you don't have to look anywhere. Just check all the lessons that I post regarding idioms. I always use the common idioms used in conversations and spoken English, the most common idioms. So you can do that. So that's why I say learn phrases, learn idioms, and also vocabulary too. That's also important. That was the secret to become fluent fast in English. I hope you liked the lesson, you liked this video, and you're going to apply it whenever you're going to learn and practice your English next time. So that's it for today. That was the lesson. Now I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Till then, take care and bye.